I am so excited. So I wanted to be the first one to congratulate you on investing in our Home Care Optimizer program. This program is going to change your life. So what was really interesting is that as I started typing up what I was going to say on this video, I took a couple minute break, and the first message that I got was from Tony Robbins. It wasn't directly to me, but the first message that I got was from Tony Robbins, and I had to share it because it basically sums up exactly what this program is about. Optimization simply means that you take a bunch of little things that don't seem to be very difficult to change, and all of those little changes have a multiplying effect, and you get a giant change from all of those little tiny changes. So that was the message from Tony Robbins, and I had to share it because the program, I intentionally called it the Optimizer program because we're essentially taking different aspects of our business. We're taking our intake calls, we're taking our referral process, we're taking our living room visits, we're taking our foundational culture, and we're incrementally improving these aspects of the business using new strategies and tactics that will set you apart from the competition. So as you start to do the lessons and you start to implement them, you're going to incrementally see improvements in different aspects of your business, and all of these will add up to massive change in your organization. And these strategies that I teach are things that I can almost promise you are not things that you're doing right now. Sure, there's going to be some things in the program that you're like, I'm already doing that. Great. And when you hear a lesson or when you see a lesson, please don't assume there's nothing in there for you, even if you're already doing it, because I promise you, within each lesson, there's these little golden nuggets, and one or two of these golden nuggets can help take your company to the next level. The worst thing you can do is go into it thinking that you already know it, right? That will destroy your progress. So the other part of my message is that I am begging you, do the work. I know what it's like to be a home care agency owner and to be overwhelmed, especially when you're smaller, because it's so much harder to run a smaller home care agency than it is to run a larger one. But if you're willing to commit 1, 2, 3 hours a week to doing the work and working on your business, and I know that's a lot to ask right now, but if you go through this program week by week and start to implement, when you're done, I promise you by the time you get from this year to next year, you're gonna start to see major improvements in your business. So I want you to promise me one thing. I want you to promise me and promise yourself and promise your family that you're gonna actually go through this program and do the work. Can you make that promise right now to yourself and to me? Because I know that if you start to do the work and you commit to the process, that by the end of next year or by the end of the year or after you've implemented the program, you're gonna start to see these growth patterns within your business. Imagine you and your team optimizing the results within your business, what that's gonna mean. And even though you're sacrificing in the short run to start doing these assignments and these strategies and the implementation of it, so I know what's on the other side once you're able to break through to the other side and get to a place where you have freedom within your business, where you get to choose how you want to spend your time. So if you choose to work in the business, you can do that. If you choose to take time off, you can do that and not have to worry about your business surviving. So the way I have this program set up is that we have 6 weeks of lessons, and I release the weekly lessons one at a time. And I do it intentionally because I want you to go through the assignments 1 week at a time. So each week basically builds on the week prior. And I want you to go through it in a systematic way because this is a system. And when you go through the system the right way, that's when you're gonna see the greatest results. Now, I know what's gonna happen to some of you. Some of you are gonna fall behind and you're gonna feel overwhelmed and you're gonna feel like you're behind, that's okay. All I want you to do is recognize that you're a little bit behind, but then get back on the train, because momentum is so important. So even if you lose 4 days, 5 days a week, something comes up, you can't commit to it, and you have to break your commitment of the 2 to 3 hours a week, I want you to get back on the wagon. I want you to try to set time aside on the weekend to make it up, because it's the momentum that builds on it. It builds, it builds, it builds. And then you start to see massive progress with massive action. So the last promise that I want you to make, I am motivated by helping people. I am motivated by helping business owners improve the quality of life for themselves and for their family and for their patients. So for me, nothing drives me more than hearing about your successes. So I want you to talk about how you implemented stuff and had success. Share it with the group, because as a group, we start to feed off of that energy, right? So you did something, it worked, we want to hear about it. That's how everyone that's part of this program is going to get the most value. It's sort of like this mastermind of people sharing ideas. There's so much business out there, it doesn't matter. Don't worry about like if your competitor's doing the same thing. There's so much opportunity out there that I want you to start sharing your successes with the group. And if you see people on our Facebook group page that have a question or that are struggling, help them out. And people will do the same. It's all about the law of reciprocity, right? If you help others, the universe will reward you for your efforts. So please go through the program, commit to the process, do the work, implement it, and I promise that you will start to see results. I can't guarantee that you're gonna have $1 million in growth in 12 months. You could. And I bet there's gonna be some people that actually do better than that. But I want you to commit to the process and do the work. So keep me posted, let me know about your successes, and thanks again for investing in the program.